I'm live. Hey, you guys, good to see you again here for another energy update. It is 1 month ish past post Charlie Kirk's assassination. I think yesterday was his birthday. May he rest in peace, and those who knew him be blessed during this time of what I imagine is still mourning for him. And I don't want this video is not going to be about Charlie and current events, but that was the turning point. And after the assassination, immediately after the assassination, that day and in the following weeks, excuse me, and currently, we all felt the energy shift. Maybe you don't even realize what it was, but I felt the energy shift. And you may not know what it is. It's a part of the awakening, expansion, evolution of humanity, consciousness, and the planet. But specifically, right after the assassination, we were all feeling all the feels, and you might still be feeling a lot of feels, and maybe I'll make another video about that. And we were feeling all the feels. And I remember hearing on the news or in the media, I don't really watch the news, but like in the media and from people I know that they were going to church or they were going to prayer vigils, or all of which is really cool. And I remember thinking, that's really interesting, right? Like that doesn't make sense, because the astrology and the energy is saying that those man-made constructs are falling apart. So Pluto is in Capricorn. It's going to be in Capricorn for like another 15 years or so. And that's right, it's in Capricorn. It is not in Aquarius like those delusional tropical astrologers are saying. In the sky, it is in Capricorn. So what that means is that Pluto is the planet or energy of death and destruction and rebirth. And Capricorn is the sign, the constellation, the energy of systems, structures, and also status, to name a few. I had a couple in my mind. So I believe that those old man-made structures, and we're seeing that, are going to fall apart. So like that didn't make sense. And so here we are a month later, and now what I'm hearing is that that trend has eased or subsided. I'm talking to some of you who like did that, who went to church, went and found a church. You hadn't been in church in forever, and now you went and found a church, or you went to some prayer group, which is always like, that stuff's like always really cool if you're feeling that or being called to do that. But I'm hearing that you didn't find what you were looking for. Like it didn't really feed your soul, right? Like maybe the sermon didn't land, or maybe you realized those really aren't your people in those groups, or whatever the case may be. And you're left feeling all this energy, feeling the shift, feeling like you want to be closer to God and to others, but you don't know how. And you did the conventional thing to do, right? Go to church, and that didn't work for you. And so I want to offer, right, that didn't work for you. You didn't find what you were looking for there. And I want to offer that you didn't find what you were looking for there because it's not there. That's the old paradigm, right? That you were looking outside of yourself, that you need to go somewhere else to find the answers, the love, the comfort, the connection, where if you're looking for God, all those things are already inside of you. And I can appreciate that that might be feeling really, that might sound really airy fairy and oh, it's very cliche to say what you're looking for is inside of you or all those things are an inside job. And I find that they're often cliche because they're true. And that's what they don't want us to know is that we are powerful beyond measure, that we have everything that we need inside, including direct access to God, that we are children of God, extensions of God, God, universe, source, spirit, whatever word you like, I'm going to use God. That's what I'm used to. Insert your favorite name for God here whenever I say God, that we are children of God, direct extensions of God, God incarnate, whatever resonates with you. And the powers that shouldn't be don't want us to know that. We have been conditioned and programmed, and that feels like not quite true, perhaps, or airy fairy, as I mentioned, not something that you can really grasp and get a hold of, perhaps, because we've been conditioned or programmed to believe that God is outside of us, that we need church, a priest, or a pastor to connect us to God, that there is a go between, that we are not good enough. I was raised Catholic, and in the Catholic Mass ritual, there's actually a part where you say out loud, Lord, I am not worthy. Oh my God. I mean, like, what a terrible, terrible ritual. You are worthy. You are God. You are loved exactly as you are. And so I can appreciate that. And I can feel myself that with these current energies, like it is wild out there right now, right? And the assassination was just the tipping point or the turning point. I feel like it's going to continue to be wild. Things are wild in the world. Politicians are politicianing. Turmoil in the world is continuing to turmoil. And the division amongst us humans has never been greater. And I love that we're looking for God, right? And if you find God in church, that's cool, right? Like, do you, boo? And if you've been to church and you're like, that's not working for me, that's cool too. And you're on the ascension path. You are awakening because you're starting to realize that you have a direct connection to God. You don't need to go to church to connect with your higher power, whatever God means to you. And so, a beautiful friend of mine recently and others have actually asked me, so how do I get closer to God? Right. And it was in part of a conversation where they had gone to church after all the trauma and they didn't find what they were looking for there. And so, how do you get closer to God? Oh my God, I love, love, love this question so much. I love that that they are asking this question, one, that they are bringing this question into my awareness so I get to contemplate and consider it for myself as well and make sure that I'm doing all the things and that I get to share what I have discovered, what I know to be true with you. And I hope that this serves you. Okay. So, of course, I've got some steps for you because that's how I roll. So, how do you get closer to God? How do we get closer to God? I've got 3 steps. Okay. 1, Invite God in. Okay? Just simply, you can just say out loud or to yourself or in some kind of ritual if you like that sort of thing. God, I invite you into my life. Please be with me now. Please show me the way. Just let me feel your love. Please help me be a better version of myself. I invite you in to help me live my life in love for you, for myself, and for others. That's just example, right? That's just an example of one way to invite God in, or you could just simply say, I could be a bit verbose at times if you haven't noticed, or you can just simply say, God, I invite you in. Do what you will with me. I am yours. Do what you will with me. Okay. Once you invite God in, or maybe before you invite God in, make space for God in your life. This is where I think this is the key step, right? Make space for God in your life. So this can mean physical space, right? Maybe you want a little corner of your home that is where you spend time with God. That's okay. Or you don't have to. You could have an altar if you like that sort of thing. I currently am keeping an altar. I just love having that kind of energy and visual in my home. And so it can mean a physical space. It doesn't need to be a physical space. You can connect with God anywhere, anywhere, anytime. Um, okay. And then this is important though, making space. This is critical, is making space in your schedule to spend time with God. So I can appreciate that you can say, oh God, please help me. Oh God, thank you, as you go throughout your day. And that's fine. Like that's cool. And that can be enough. But if you're asking, how can I get closer to God? How can I feel God in my life? Then I invite you to make space in your calendar for God, in your schedule for God. Okay. Carve out time to spend with God in your calendar. And that can be prayer and or meditation, right? I recommend both. And if you only have time for one, make it meditation, okay? Because prayer is when you talk to God and meditation is when you listen. And in my opinion, it is more important to listen to God than to talk to God. So make space in your schedule. And if you want to be really serious about it, schedule it. Because when you schedule it, it's real. And you schedule things that are really important to you, right? Like hair appointments and dentist appointments and dates and what have you. Okay? You make appointments, you schedule it in your calendar when it's important to you. So I invite you to do the same for God. And then lastly, right? The third thing, good things come in threes. And it was 333, 1333 when I said that. Actually spend time with God. Okay. So this means actually sit in meditation, right? Actually sit and in silence. Okay. So guided meditations are cool and there's still noise. And I can appreciate that you might even be doing a guided meditation that is helping you connect with God. Okay. That's somebody else's version of connecting to God, not yours. If you need that level of help, let me know. I might be inspired to make a meditation if you think or desire that you want that kind of meditation or help for you to connect with God. I could do that for you. And I'm saying you can just go to God directly and sit in silence. Okay. So for me, I use a mantra. I recommend using a mantra that's silent, a silent mantra, and just sit in silence. Or you can just sit in silence and just listen. That's the most advanced meditation that there is. That's the most advanced connection. to God that there is. If you want help with any of that, right? Like how do I do that? I've never done this before. I invite you to grab my free meditation starter kit. I'll put the link someplace in this post. If you're seeing this on Facebook or Instagram, you can just say, you can comment meditation and I'll drop you the link. Otherwise, I'll put it in the post somewhere in the comments or in the narrative for you. And that'll get you on my mailing list. So we'll be connected offline. Okay. So invite God in, make space for God, and then actually spend time with God, which for me means prayer and meditation. I do both every day. And if I only have time for one, it's meditation. Okay. And how to do that, all your questions about meditation will be answered in my meditation and my free meditation starter kit, which you can get at the link somewhere, or go to primordialpower.com. It's on the homepage. You'll see it. And then you can sign up to get my free meditation starter kit. And then you can ask me the questions directly. You can ask me the questions directly here in these comments or in my DMs as well. Okay. So I hope this serves you. Let me know what you think about this live content. Do you like coming live, or are you just going to catch the replay no matter what? So I'm live on YouTube. Would you prefer I go live on another platform? I'd love to hear from you. Okay. So that's it for now. I hope this serves you. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, I'll see you in the gap, which I explain in my starter kit. And I love you. Ciao for now.